about, I thought I'd try and start a new little segment called First Impression Mondays. So I have two products here. There's actually more of this type of product kicking around. It is the new cushion foundation. I have the L'Oreal True Match LUMI cushion here, and it is the one that I'm going to try today. It is very glowy because it's got like a chrome metal kind of packaging here. It is super cute. I like how compact it is. For travel, that'll be really fantastic. The second one here is Physicians Formula, which is in a really nice blue container. Comes in a box like this. Because of the thickness of the packaging, it's super hard to get out, like some other gurus on YouTube have stated. Very true. But I love the packaging in some ways a little more than this because I can't stop feeling the top here. It is so velvety soft. I don't know if I want to put the foundation on my face. I just want to pet the top of the product. That is really weird. I'm sorry. I thought about doing half and half, but I just can't bring myself to do that. So we're going to try one product and then we're going to try the other. First, I'm going to try the LUMI cushion and see how it goes, see how it sits on my face and everything, and tell you guys how I feel about it, my thoughts and everything. I know there's lots of people who do this, but more than one opinion is better than none. First, let's just talk about the differences in the two products. I like how this has like a push press in order to open it, and it's very sealed, whereas this is super easy to open. They both have mirrors in them. They're your basic compact, which is really nice. So for travel, it'd be really good to, you can pop it in your makeup bag and you have technically a liquid foundation with you to go traveling with. I like the concept of this because it's a liquid foundation without all of the mess and fuss of having to pour it out onto your hand or pour it out onto a palette, put it on a brush, and mess around with it that way. So it's very clean and sanitary seeming in that sense. There's also, it comes with a little puff. I kind of like the L'Oreal one because I like the factor that this is kind of plasticky and then this is the cushiony kind of soft bit that's what you want to rub or pat onto your face. And there's also the factor, really nice, they have a little door here that keeps the product all nicely sealed away. I have not opened this, as you can tell, so this is, I'm putting it on for the first time with you guys. Fresh faced, nothing on, so we can go and try this out. As you can see, there is a lot of product. When you first open it up, it's very liquidy and there's some left off on the little sticky of opening it up. That's pretty awesome. And basically what we're going to do is, in this sponge here is a whole bunch of product. You just pat this in there, or you could use your brush if you like, and you just pat it, get the product on here, and put it onto your face. So let's get into doing that. First, gotta put up the massive amounts of hair. Got a mane. So we'll just clip up a portion of my hair, get it off my face. First, let's start by priming the face. Today, I am using the Professional Pore Balm to Minimize. Find this stuff works really well, and it goes on super smooth. So I like this stuff because it definitely smooths out the face, and it really helps to minimize those little pores that I have. And then go in and put on the foundation. I absolutely love this packaging. It's so cute. Reminds me of like a Bollywood, or, you know, so pretty. Rose gold packaging. Pop this sucker open. We'll try it with the little pad it comes with. I usually like using brushes. Ooh, you get quite a bit of product coming off there. Start dabbing it all in there. And I feel that I have much to cover up today. I got little marks right there, the nice little, they're no longer pimples, they're just red dots. What I've heard of this product so far, it's buildable, which is nice. but it's definitely a sheer coverage, what a lot of people are saying. So it's supposed to be very nice and light, make you look like you have a dewy finish, nice, and considering the name is LUMI foundation, it's supposed to give you a nice glow. Just gonna pat this on there like you would with a beauty blender. The coverage definitely is sheer. Initially, it does take out a lot of the red that I have, natural redness that I have on my cheeks, which is nice. Almost feels like I'm powdering my face. Oh, also I should mention my shade is W2, and it seems to be pretty good for my skin tone. So there is there's quite a few options of these kind of cushion foundations. There's two others that I did not pick up that I know I can get in stores and not online, and that's Lancome does one that has an SPF in it. This stuff kind of smells like makeup foundation. The applicator in this one is a lot puffier and a lot more, I don't know, spongy, I want to say. So it has, like, I can see it in my mirror, but on the viewfinder on camera, it's actually like covered up this red spot really well. But that's after quite a few applications. Built up the coverage quite a bit. And it does look very nice. That'll be it for the foundation. Maybe if I closed it properly. I really like the factor that it's all sealed off, but makes sense. It's a liquid foundation just base poured into a cushion inside of this compact. So you seal it off and you want to make sure it's closed nice and tight so that the foundation stays fresh, I guess you could say. But that is the foundation. Feels really nice on the skin. It has a nice finish. It's not too overly luminous, that's for sure, especially around my cheeks. Definitely going to use a powder to finish setting this. So I'm going to go and finish putting on the rest of my face, and I will be back with you guys soon. Alright guys, so that is the finished look. The foundation is holding up. It looks pretty nice once I've done the whole face full of makeup. And it's set and powdered. We'll have to see how it sits a little later today once it's really settled into my face, but so far it feels really nice. Is sitting not too bad. Once I've put everything else on, the powder and the concealer and everything, it covers pretty good. Initial coverage is very nice. It's definitely more sheer, and that's probably why they made it buildable. So there is that, but we'll check in again probably at the end of the day to see how it wore and, faded, if it faded at all, kind of things. So see you guys a little later. Bye! It's the end of the night. It's like 11:05. I've had this on for a good, 3 o'clock, maybe 7 hours. It's doing not too bad, but I also did put a primer on. But weirdly enough, there's a pimple right here. It is white and it is kind of big, and I can see it is like a lump. And I was pretty darn sure I didn't have it before I put on this foundation. It's kind of nice. My skin feels a little more, I don't know, itchy than it usually does. I love putting on my makeup, but I find when I stick it on, it doesn't really, like, my skin just can feel really itchy every so often. I end up scratching, or like, you go and you kind of deal with the itches a little bit, and that seems to rub off the makeup a little bit. So there is that kind of transfer and take off from the makeup, but it still looks pretty good. And in this light and in this camera, it looks not too bad. It was kind of oily. I don't like the factor that I kind of almost immediately got a zit after I put it on my face. I'll definitely keep using it. I like the form of application, like the factor that it's in the compact and it's a cushion. It's liquid foundation, which I absolutely love. I find cream or liquid foundation sit on my skin, give me so much better coverage and cover up all of the really crap, like the red marks and everything, compared to powder foundations, which I find patchy, make me look cakey. I did find oiliness like here around the mouth, in my nose crease area, which is kind of normal, and then my highlighted areas kind of looked a little more greasy than they should, especially after powdering. But then it is a luminous foundation, so, and then you add highlighter, so there's to be a little bit of oily lookingness to your skin. All in all, it's a good product. It's definitely, if you prefer liquid foundations and you're not much for powders and you like simple and easy applications with no fuss, no mess all over your hands, and you have a thing for sanitary, it's definitely worth the purchase. It's not super expensive. It was like, can't remember, got it a while ago. $13, depending on where you're going, at most $13. Kind of like the Formula's Physician is like $14, but the LUMI has many more shades, which is nice. I did find that this shade worked really well for me, but I do believe it oxidized a bit because when I first put it on, it was kind of like nice and pink, a little pale, and then after a while, I did seem a little more tan, or could have just been sinking into my skin, probably a bit of oxidization. Other than that, it was good for its price, a decent product. It has buildable coverage, which is great. Other than that, it's sheer, so I will give it a thumbs up and say that I enjoy it and would definitely purchase it again. I felt that it was a sort of true match for my skin, but that is all for me on this first impression. I definitely gonna use it more to see how I feel about it. These are all my first impressions. I thought it was not too bad. It lasted pretty well, especially with the primer, and it gave pretty decent coverage, especially when you layer it up and then do the rest of your face in powder. It looks a lot better once you powder it. It probably stays a lot better. It definitely stays a lot better once you powdered it, but most foundations do. So, but if you like videos like this and you'd like to see more of these kind of reviews and products that you'd like to see me review and do a first impression on, please leave it in the comment bars down below. Subscribe, because that way you can be updated on videos that I do and know what's going on. I hope you guys all have a great evening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!